What is going on, guys, and welcome to another vlog. In today's vlog, we're going to be doing a full day of eating and a full day of training. Like always, I'm just going to take you through my entire day and talk to you guys along the way. But today I really want to talk about how I optimize and how I manage my days to set me up for success and to be more efficient, whether it be in fitness, business, overall health, and life. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Alright, so you guys already know the deal. Every single morning, 3 to 4 whole eggs. We leave the yolks a little runny so the nutrients don't get oxidized. Then 12 ounces of Yukon Gold potatoes, a Greek yogurt, and we're going with clementines this week as opposed to blueberries. On the vertical diet, they suggest clementines, spinach, carrots, or oranges. So I'm starting to eat a lot more clementines just because they're easily accessible, and sometimes fruit nowadays, especially blueberries, it's like you get this much blueberries for like 10 bucks and it's an absolute ripoff, and half of them have mold on it. So I'm just not dealing with that anymore. So back to my theme of optimizing and biohacking and pretty much doing everything I can for performance. The reason that I eat this meal, yes, it's super low inflammatory and it's great for building muscle. It provides a ton of nutrients, vitamins, whatever, and it allows you for success. And there's just a ton of success stories in terms of building muscle, losing muscle, whatever. But also a big thing for me too was about 3 or 4 years ago, I was constantly literally shitting diarrhea, and I never really understood what the cause of it was. And that was always a big concern for me because I have a pretty lengthy family history of colon cancer. So I was like, all right, we need to get this figured out, because taking care of my health so I can be there for my kids and my family long term is so much more important than slugging crappy protein powders and all this stuff, thinking that I need to get big and just get strong. And that's what I was doing. I was just eating like shit and just trying to put on weight, and was eating all these protein powders with fillers, additives, dyes, and I had no idea. Because sometimes, unfortunately, when you're going through life, you listen to these people and you think, oh, they have the answers. Yup, I'm gonna just keep drinking this protein powder even if it messes up my stomach. And that was never the answer for me. So instead of just listening to these people blindly, I just sought out answers and found the vertical diet, and it has completely changed the way I fuel and the way I think about performance. Because you need to take care of your health first, systemically, before you can drive performance. So dial in your gut health, guys. If you have gas, bloating, diarrhea, there's a problem. Something that's going on in your gut is causing you to be inflamed. So seek out answers. Don't follow advice blindly from people that you think are in the know, and do your own research. So I'm gonna eat this down, make my supplements, and then for session 1 today, it's kind of a nice day. We got some close grip bench press for volume, and then some accessory work and some zone 2 work, because we are building up we're in the CrossFit Open right now. So a lot of it's just maintaining and focusing up for a big Friday this week. Alright, so we just crushed breakfast. Now we're sipping on some pre-workout. We got some Cherry Splash pre-workout this morning. I only do a half scoop in the morning just because I'm only doing compound lifts, typically Metcon and some accessories. And I'm not trying to stim me out like crazy. I used to take like way too much caffeine, it just caused me anxiety. And like I said, like I want to optimize my whole system, whether it be for performance and for health. So I usually just crush carb powder, electrolytes, and then I'll take magnesium and vitamin D. Magnesium is for cramping, and it's also involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body. So if you're deficient on magnesium, definitely start taking it, because it's gonna make a massive difference, and get your vitamin D in. So we're gonna finish up taking our subs and head over to session 1.
Do you know what your money is invested in?
Alright, so we just completed that. The goal of this morning session today was just to accumulate a lot of volume on close grip bench press and some weighted pull-ups. So we did 8 reps, we did a superset, we did 4x8, close grip bench, 225, then right into just 8 weighted pull-ups with only 25 pounds strapped onto me. Got a good pump, got what I needed. So about a month ago, I was trying to do, so obviously with CrossFit I do a lot of gymnastics movements, and I activate my bicep a little too much on like butterfly pull-ups or like ring muscle-ups, bar muscle-ups, etc. And I felt a little grade 1 strain in my bicep. So over the last like 3 weeks to a month, I've really been focusing on building that back up. And once you do have a minor strain, you want to be super focused on it. You want to put all your attention to it, and you want to attack it frequently and often. So this is one of my biggest things. So I push my body to a great level, and it's gonna push back at times, right? We're going to have instances where you're gonna have tweaks, you're gonna have pulls, and the key that I've learned is that you cannot let it rest for a week or 2 weeks, because then when you bring back the stress and you try to advance it, you're gonna just keep injuring it, and it's gonna be this ongoing process. So the way that I do it, the way that I did it, I rested for the first day, and then on day 1 to 2, I did eccentrics and isometrics, then I got back into concentrics, and then I did more of dynamic stuff until that twinge went away, and then I was able to progress more into gymnastic work. And then after about a week and a half, 2 weeks after the strain, I was back to where I needed to be, and now I'm back doing high intensity metcons with absolutely no strain on my bicep, no problem, knock on wood, and I feel great. And then I also use red light therapy, photobiomodulation therapy, which helps with natural collagen production in the body and repairs the cells at a cellular level. So I do that in the Mart Pro, and then obviously use magnesium and do everything else I'm doing. But if you do have a strain, you want to attack it early and often, and don't let it rest. Obviously, if you feel a twinge and a tweak, pull back, but do what you can. The morning sessions that I do typically have a high intensity metcon involved, but not today. Like I said, because I'm kind of tapering for the CrossFit Open on Friday, with my off day being tomorrow, Thursday. And now I'm gonna do 30 minutes of zone 2 cardio and then head out of here. All right, so after we got back home from the gym, we came down here and sent out my newsletter. If you haven't subscribed to that, I will drop the link in the description. Pretty much just send out a newsletter every single Wednesday, kind of sharing products I use, tips for training, podcasts I'm listening to, books I'm reading, etc. And so obviously the common theme of this podcast and of my life really is optimizing, biohacking, etc., right? And I think sometimes that can paint a perfect picture that I need everything to be perfect in order to operate. And that's not the case at all. And especially when you're starting something out. Like when I first started CrossFit, I knew I was gonna suck, and I'm still not near the level I wanna be. When I first started trying to throw 95 miles an hour, I knew I was gonna suck, and I knew that I wasn't gonna be perfect, and I'm not gonna know everything. And it took 8 years to get where I wanted to go. The same thing with creating content, making a business. You're not gonna be perfect pretty much ever, and you're always gonna have a ton of problems, but the biggest piece of advice that I can give anyone is just to start. The amount of stuff that I've learned just by starting and just literally going along the process has been absolutely life-changing. I would not know any of this shit if I never started. No book is gonna teach you how to operate a business. No book is gonna teach you how to be able to squat 550, deadlift 650, and then say you rupture your hamstring, how to recover from it. No, you're gonna learn that through experience. Yes, of course you're gonna understand the knowledge from the book, but if it's not applied properly, you're never going to truly understand it. And I can learn that from firsthand experience. I'll read these books like crazy, and I'm like, oh yeah, that all makes sense, but how do I apply it? But then once you start doing it, so much stuff changes. So I just want to say to you guys, just start whatever you want to start. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be optimized. And as you go, you're going to create this optimized system that just starts to compound over time. So if you guys are thinking about starting something, just start it. Don't be scared. Don't worry about what anyone else thinks about you. Because remember, you don't care about their opinions anyway, so why let their opinions dictate what you do? You are super special. You need to believe that you are worthy and you can go get whatever you want in this life. Just literally have no fear and realize that you're gonna fail a ton, and that's okay. Just keep pushing the needle forward. But the biggest thing is you have to start. There's never going to be a perfect time. There's never going to be a perfect scenario. Just start and be willing to suck for years. And that's the most amazing thing in the world. Alright, so we're now making our supplements before session number 2. I don't know if I've showed you guys these yet, but I've been crushing Go-Go Squeeze applesauce as a bioavailable, fast-digesting carb source after my compounds and Oli lifts. So I do it right before I have my Metcon, just so I can have pretty much replenish my glycogen store so I can have energy during my Metcons. I was feeling super depleted, and electrolytes and carb powder sipped through my workouts great, but I needed a real big boost before diving into those Metcons because they expel a ton of energy. So I've been crushing these Go-Go Squeeze organic applesauces. It's pretty fun. You literally suck on it like a Capri Sun. And we got my banana and my protein powder for after. And then I'm going on a Zone 2 run tonight with Liz. So I got my light, my Hokas, and everything. So we don't want to get hit by a car when we're running in the dark. I also have my Garmin down there. And yeah, so gonna pack this all up and head over to session number 2. All right, so we're at the gym now. Gonna build up to a heavy-ish clean single just because we have Friday's CrossFit Open 24.2 workout, and I don't know if it's gonna involve a lot of strength work, so I don't want to tax my CNS too much. So we're gonna build to like a 315, 325 clean, which is like heavy-ish compared to like my 365 clean. So we're gonna see how that goes, and the goal is just to move it fast and have good positions and be strong with it. Let's go. On the bar, let's make it look clean. Alright, so we're going to cap it at 315 for the day. I actually ended up going for it twice just because I didn't like how the first single looked, and my legs are fatigued from just doing so much Metcon work earlier in this week. My quads are absolutely shot, so that's why that last set didn't move nearly as fast as I wanted to. So I'm going to listen to my body, cap it there. Happy with 315. I was doing 1.5 minute rest times in between just so I could get more strength endurance work as opposed to resting 3 to 5 minutes and really having that primed feeling. Because going into Friday, I'm gonna need strength endurance work, and I wanted to keep lifting while under fatigue. So happy with that, 315, moving okay. And now we're gonna go into, I believe, 5 sets of 10 on power jerk. We just finished Grace, which is 30 clean and jerks at 135 per time. That's my first time ever testing it. Got 2 minutes and 5 seconds, which is pretty good. I did Isabel last week, which is 30 snatches at 135. I got 220, so I did better at the clean and jerks. I didn't cycle any of the reps last week on Isabel, so that's definitely why my time was a little slower. This time I opened up with a set of 15, and I kind of got gassed, so I dropped the barbell, took like a 10-15 second break, then did 5s, and then went down and did a few singles at the end. But overall, happy with that time. that's pretty much a CrossFit benchmark workout, and that's something that I'm good at versus, so I'm good at muscular endurance and endurance with strength work, whereas the 24.1 CrossFit Open workout, I literally did it right here, and it was accumulation of 90 snatches of the 50 pounder and then 90 burpees over the dumbbell. And let's just say that wrecked me. I couldn't even talk after my lungs were so beat up. But that's just a weakness of mine, and I need to bring that weakness up and make it a strength, and just keep pushing the ball forward, keep working, keep putting in the work every single day. And I'm happy that I know burpees are my weakness, so now I can focus on them and crush them next time they show up. So now I have, I think, a 16-minute EMOM, then I'm gonna head out of here and go do a zone 2 run. All right, so we just got back from our zone 2 run with Liz after we did the Metcon, just a 16-minute EMOM, nice and easy. And then we left there, had 2 protein shakes, had 2 scoops of protein. 2 protein shakes would be wild. And then let that digest a little bit, then did 50 minutes of zone 2, stayed around a 9:30 to 10-minute pace and did it for 50 minutes. And now I just crushed the steak and potatoes, like I said, and it's 9 o'clock now. And so I'm, like always, gonna have to digest this meal fast and then eat in about 45 minutes to an hour. And so my strength today on Whoop was 19.1. That's pretty much what I average every single day when I do these double sessions or triple sessions. And I don't think we should fear training super hard and super intense, especially if you're doing a lot of cardiovascular work, because if you auto-regulate, follow a program, listen to your body, and follow the right ebbs and flows of training, then you're going to be well within reason of being able to recover with that. And it becomes baseline as well, right? So find a program for you and obviously alter intensities on different days, and you're going to be able to recover from the stimulus. Obviously don't try to PR, do crazy things every single day. But if you do have the Whoop and you see high strains like this, don't fear it. As long as you get good sleep, eat well, everything will be good. So right now, I'm gonna go recover with the Mark Pro, watch a little Suits season 9, almost done, and then we're gonna finish up this video, and then I'm gonna come back down and have another meal. All right, so now that we just finished our Mark Pro session and pretty much just flushing the legs out so we can recover for Friday, I am now eating my last meal of the day, which I'm really not hungry for at all, but I know I need to get the calories in because I burned a ton of calories today. So I'm having a Dave's Bagel with Crofters Organic Jam, a grass-fed protein bar from Transparent Labs, and a Greek yogurt. So obviously, this is a staple meal every single night, and pretty much it just allows me to have a surplus of calories and protein. So the last thing I want to talk about today is just have the mindset of you versus you. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. Don't compare yourself to anyone doing things that are 10 years down the line from where you are right now. So many people get so caught up in comparing themselves now to someone that's 10 years further down the line in their own journey. Just compare yourself to you. Did you get better today? Good. All right, we're gonna move on. Now, if you didn't get better, that's a completely different question. But just keep stacking small wins every single day. And I know it's easy to compare yourself to everyone else in today's day and age of social media, but definitely don't do that. We're all on our own journey, and you just need to realize that. So stay in the day, stack small wins, and just be an absolute force and be super disciplined and super consistent, and you're gonna go a hell of a long way. Remember, you wanna think in terms of decades, not days or even months. This is going to take a long time, but if you trust the process and you believe in yourself, you can get wherever you want. You just gotta have this strong ass mind. So, gotta go upstairs, eat this, get to bed. So I'm gonna wrap up the video here. I appreciate you guys more than you know. And like always, if you can like, subscribe, comment, it really helps the channel grow, and it means the world to me. So thank you guys for all your support. It literally means more to me than you even know. All right, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.